Hello and welcome to section 12.3 day 1. We're going to be working with dividing polynomials today. Here are the answers to day 3 of 12.2. Okay, so we're going to divide polynomials today. And we're going to start with monomials. We're going to take a polynomial and divide it by a monomial. Now there's two ways of doing this. I'm going to show you guys both ways. First way is using fractions. So you can kind of ignore this. This is nothing really relevant there. Okay, here we go. Sorry about that. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this 4x cubed divided by 2x plus 8x squared divided by 2x and then plus 10x divided by 2x. It's kind of like a fraction. If I had like 8 minus 4 divided by 2, I could do 8 over 2 minus 4 over 2. You're going to get the same answer. This would be 4 divided by 2, which is 2. This would be 4 minus 2, which is also 2. So that's the idea here. So 4x cubed divided by 2x. This going back to chapter 8 with properties of exponents. That'd be 2x squared. And then 8x squared over 2x is 4x. 8 divided by 2 is 4. X squared divided by x is x. And then 10x divided by 2x is simply 5. So that's one way. The other way is to do the long division, which we're going to actually get into. And I should start maybe with a long division problem. But long division looks like this. Let's say you have like 997,512, and you got to divide it by, say, 6. Divided by 6. All right, so what you did a long time ago, we haven't done this in a while, 6 goes into 9 one time, and then you subtract. Bring down the next number, 7. 6 goes into 37 6 times. 6 times 6 is 36, and then you subtract. Bring down the next number, 5. 6 goes into 15 2 times, and that would be 12, and then you subtract, you have 3. Bring down the 1. 6 goes into 31 5 times. Okay, I gotta extend my page here. The process takes a little bit of time. 5 times 6 is 30, and then you subtract 1, bring down, ooh, this one worked out nice. 6 goes into 12 twice. 6 times 2 is 12, subtract 0, remainder. Okay, so there's your answer to that problem there. So we're going to apply that technique here. And the reason why I'm showing you guys this is because we're going to need this for binomials. So you can do the first method for monomials only, but this method you're going to need for binomials. So 2x goes into 4x squared, 2x squared times. If you multiply these two numbers here and here, you end up with 4x cubed. Now when you subtract, there's 0 left over. So we're going to bring down our next number, 8x squared. So you ask yourself, 2x times what number is 4x squared? Well, that'd be 4x. Okay, so that'd be 8x squared if I multiply the 4x and the 2x. And I know this seems kind of confusing. I understand. This one works out nicely, it's 0. And then, oops, it's supposed to be 10x. Bring down the 10x. And 2x times what number gives you 10x? 2x times 5 gives you 10x. And you have remainder 0. So there you go. I'm going to do the division method where I do each term divided by the 3x here. I think that's a little bit easier, but I just want to show you that for when we get to binomials. Okay, so this would be 2x squared plus 1x minus 4 if you just divide each one of those. So this process is pretty straightforward. There's not too much work to do here. So this would be 3y to the third minus 4y squared plus 5y. So there's a couple examples with monomials. Now let's get into binomials. What we're going to do is we're going to have to use long division as it says here. That's the only way to do it. X minus 1 goes into x squared plus 2x minus 3 how many times? So what you can do is you're going to focus on just the first numbers. X times what number gives me x squared? Well, x times x gives me x squared. So you can take this x, you're going to multiply both of these terms here. So we have x squared minus x when I multiply x times x minus 1. Then I'm going to subtract. Here's where you need to be careful. You got to put these in parentheses. This minus sign is going to go to both terms. So really, it's going to be x squared or negative x squared plus x. So I should rewrite this as negative x squared plus x instead. And then I'm going to add them together, and that gives me 3x minus 3. Okay, now what you're going to do is you're going to look at this term here and this term here. You're always looking at the front term of the polynomial. So x times what number is 3x? X times 3 is 3x. So, again, now we're going to take this 3, multiply it by the x, multiply it by the negative 1. So 3 times x is 3x. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. And then I'm going to subtract again like we did before with long division. That turns into a negative 3x, positive 3x. And when we add them together, it gives me remainder 0. So your answer is x plus 3. And I know this seems really abstract and really weird. Bear with me here. Okay, this is the problem with the remainder. 2x minus 3 goes into 2x squared plus 11x minus 3. So again, look at the front numbers, 2x and 2x squared. What do I got to do to multiply 2x to get to 2x squared? I have to multiply by x. So multiply, multiply. So 2x squared minus 3x. And then I'm going to subtract. Okay, so 2x squared minus 2x squared is 0. 11x take away negative 3x is really 11x plus 3x, so it's 14x. That's where you got to be careful. And then bring down the negative 9. So now I look at 2x and 14x. You need to multiply that by 7. 2x times 7 gives me 14x. And then 7 times negative 3 is negative 21. Again, we're going to subtract. 14x minus 14x is 0. Negative 9 take away negative 21 is really negative 9 plus 21. That gives me 12 as my remainder. So I'm going to put plus 12 divided by 2x minus 3. That is how you do the remainder. You're taking the 12 and the 2x minus 3. Okay, a couple more examples here. I'm going to do number 4 here. 3b minus 4 going into 9b squared plus 6b plus 8. So 3b times what number is 9b squared? Again, I'm just looking at the front numbers here. That would be 3b. 3b times 3b is 9b squared. And then 3b times negative 4 is negative 12b. Subtract. 9b squared minus 9b squared is 0. 6b take away negative 12b is 18b. Bring down the 8. Look at your front numbers. 3b, 18b. I need to put a plus 6 here because 6 times 3b is 18b. And then 6 times negative 4 is negative 24. Subtract. 18b minus 18b is 0. 8 take away negative 24 is positive 32. That is my remainder right there. So I'm going to put plus 32 over 3b minus 4. And that is your answer. All right, a couple other things. You may have to insert missing terms or rewrite the polynomial. So you always want to go in descending order. So y plus 2, I'm going to switch this around, and I'm going to move these two around as well into y squared plus 5y plus 4. Outside of that, the whole process is identical. Insert missing terms. As I mentioned, again, I'm going to switch these two around. It's going to be 2m take away 1 going into 4m squared. I'm going to put my highest power there, plus 0m. You need to add there's no m term there, so you're going to put in a 0m right there, so it goes in descending order. That's how you approach that problem. The rest is the same. Okay, there's the assignment. Thank you guys for tuning in, and I will see you guys for some examples on this rather tricky subject.